There is something wrong with my mom. I am a 32 female. My name is Jessica, and one time when I was 7 and my little brother Jacob was 5, we went to go and visit our parents for the weekend. My parents lost custody due to being in and out of jail, being on drugs, and my mother was abusive towards me. She was not as abusive toward my little brother Jacob for some reason I never understood. So we are visiting them at their one-bedroom first-floor apartment. It was during Halloween time. I remember this because we made little ghosts with cloth and string and made them move and fly with the string. We are all hanging out, and it's going good. My parents' friend Jesse comes by to visit. He is a long-time friend of theirs, and me and my brother would call him Cousin Jesse. My mom starts acting weird. She just seems off for some reason. It was like a switch. She was normal, but then weird. My dad notices and takes her to the room, and then my dad comes back in the living room where we are all sitting. Then I hear my parents' door open, and we all turn and see my mom standing there, just staring at us with her head out of the door. My dad goes in the room with her for a little bit. Then I hear hammering in the room. My dad comes out and I see that he has a hammer and nails. He walks to the front door, locks it, and hammers the door shut, so it can't be opened. He sits down on the couch, and I can tell he is stressed from his facial expression. I hear the bedroom door open and see my mom crawling out the room. Seeing this freaks me out and I am crying. My dad goes over to her and takes her into the room. He come back, and not too long after he sits back down, she crawls back out the room, and she is holding my little brown bear I got from my Happy Meal from McDonald's. She is calling my brother and I, and telling us to come play with her. We say no, and she starts to cry and says to come to her. I'm bawling and my little brother is crying. My dad is trying to get her back into the room. She gets up and runs to me and my brother. He and I are screaming and crying, running away from her. She is chasing us in the living room, yelling to play with her. We go to Cousin Jesse and hid behind him. My dad picks my mom up and takes her into the room. She is crying and yelling, no, 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 no. My dad then runs out of the room and gets the hammer and goes back to the room, and I hear him nailing the door shut, locking them both inside. Well, Cousin Jesse, my brother, and I are just in the living room shocked. My brother and I fall asleep. I don't remember what happened the next day, and I honestly wished I didn't remember this story, which was a horrible childhood memory. Now that I am an adult, I know that my mom was on drugs and having a bad trip, or was so high she wanted to just play with us.